Did you know the average American pays over $1,200 annually in interest alone? You're just making the credit card companies and these loan companies that much more wealthy. Well, in this video, I want to share with you 5 tips, 5 secrets to break that bad debt cycle. And let me start by saying, I'm not like Mr. Anti-Debt or anything like that. I'm anti-bad debt. I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you, hey, pay cash for everything. Don't buy a house till you have 300 grand in cash, whatever. Like, I'm okay with a mortgage. I'm even okay with some auto loans as long as enough money is placed down. I'm okay with some debt. I'm not okay with the kind of debt that makes you a prisoner, like a 29% credit card because you went to Saks or Neiman Marcus. That I'm not okay with. So regardless, let's say we have some debt. How can we attack that debt so then we can start, spending a little bit smarter? I teach a few methods. I'm gonna share 5 tips here with you. One of those methods I teach is the debt snowball. And what the debt snowball says is to get a victory quickly. Meaning, look at your smallest debt. Maybe it's that Saks Fifth Avenue store card, and you only owe $5,000 on it, but it's 28% interest. It's just $5,000 compared to your other credit cards. That's the smallest. Let's attack that. Make the minimum on all the others for now, and all your extra income that you can commit to paying that down, pay down the Saks card, get it to 0, give yourself the pat on the back, celebrate the win, and snowball the next smallest debt, and really work from there. The key to this is getting small wins in early, then moving on to the next. My next tip is, have you ever thought about negotiating lower rates? Most of these credit card companies, most of these loan companies, whomever you're dealing with, are actually willing to work with you. You may say, well, I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not an attorney. I don't know that. Listen, we live in the world of artificial intelligence. Look at this. Go on ChatGPT. Ask them to write you a letter to Citigroup, to whoever, Capital One, whomever it is, to negotiate a lower rate. Have them write the letter, print it out, ink sign it, and send it certified mail. So you know they got it. It's that simple. Most of these places are willing to work with you. If you don't want to do that, pick up the phone and call them, and keep calling back and keep asking for a manager until they give you the lower rate that you're after. Third is to use your windfalls wisely. Well, what do I mean? Well, maybe you came into a sum of money. Here's a common one: tax refund season. Make sure you're using that money wisely to pay down that debt. Take the $2,000 you got back on your tax refund and put it towards that debt snowball of that Saks Fifth Avenue card, and work through it that way. One of my very first jobs outside of working for my parents and their pest control company, my first job outside the family business, I worked at Target. And I remember around the end of January or February, they moved me to the electronics department. I thought, that's strange. This seems like a little promotion in a way, because I loved electronics. They said, hey, we're just putting you here for 30, 60, maybe 90 days. Then we're going to move you back to pushing carts. I was the Target cart pusher. I said, that's great. Why are you doing this? They said, well, it's tax refund season, and we sell the most TVs in January, February, and March. You would think they'd sell the most TVs on Black Friday or for Christmas. No, they sell the most TVs when people get a tax refund. Are we using our tax refund to go buy a TV, to entertain ourselves, to numb our mind, from what's really happening in our financial situation? I'm not anti-TV, by the way. I like watching my shows too. But using your tax refund to buy a new TV is not a smart way to use that windfall. And lastly, how can we increase our income? There are so many side gig opportunities with the power of the internet now. Reselling on Amazon, drop shipping something, it doesn't matter. What I want you to do is start to look for ways to increase your income. Maybe it's just in your current line of work. How can you ask your boss, how can I be more valuable? Maybe you're like myself, you're an entrepreneur and you have your own small business. How can I increase those lines of business? How can I sell more? How can I, business owners, keep more? Revenue is just the beginning. It's all about what you keep, right? How can I become more profitable? How can I keep more? It is no fun paying interest on this debt. We have to become and break the chains that debt really creates and causes. No longer be a jailer to debt. I hope you'll follow us here on Moolah for more great tips on your journey towards financial freedom.